Hi, this is Megan McCormick, and I'm going to walk you through my Lesson 7 assignment. The first thing I do is I import the data set from my database, ASQL MLM Aircraft Wildlife Strikes. I then aggregate the data. I group by the state and the airport the airport. I also count the number of airport with the thinking that one row is equal to one incident at that airport. So my main goal is to find how many incidents occurred at each airport in Wisconsin. So after that aggregate has been done, I count the rows that follow. I then split the incidents from incidents that occurred in Wisconsin from all the other incidents. I store all the other incidents into a text file. I don't want to store that data because it's irrelevant to me. I then find the Wisconsin incidents and I get another row count because the data is slowly shrinking. I then sort it by the airport so that it's in alphabetical order. I had a conversion issue, so this is a conversion transform, and then I store it in the Wisconsin airports incidents table. In the control flow, I also truncate the table before running the package. So right now I'm starting the package up. Truncated the data, and now if we look at the control flow, the import data set is going to be 175,000 rows of data, so it usually takes a little bit. And then it goes pretty quickly after that. To prove that there are 54 rows in the table, I will rerun this select statement. And as you can see, they're in alphabetical order. Here are the number of incidents at the airport, the state, to prove that these are in the state of Wisconsin, and then the airport name. I then made a stored procedure to mimic this data. I counted the airport data, again trying to get the number of incidences. I then group by down here the airport and the state, so I can get back both those data. I then, instead of doing a conditional split, I use a where clause. I also have this variable up here called @state because I wanted to be able to make this reusable, so you can pass in not just Wisconsin, but you can also pass in Michigan, Wyoming, Arizona, and so on and so forth. I then, instead of ordering it A to Z, I ordered it by the count because I wanted to see how many, who had the most incidences at their airport. Here I will execute. Command completed successfully. And then here is my select statement. And here is the data, 54 rows again. However, just sorted a little differently. Number of wildlife strikes at General Mitchell International, which is in Milwaukee, has 816. If we were to look back at this, General Mitchell International, 816. Dane County, 362 here. Dane County, 362. So the data is the same. They're both outputting 54 rows of data. I think this is important to show because you want to know which airport in your state has the most wildlife strikes. One thing I do like that I did with the stored procedure is I made it, again, I had that variable Wisconsin. Let's do Minnesota. Oops. And as we can see here, we can see that the Minneapolis Twin Cities Airport has the most wildlife strikes with 1,400 in likelihood of strike. One thing I didn't mention was that in my stored procedure, I added a case statement to add kind of a flag of whether the likelihood of a wildlife strike was high, medium, or low. Those limits are, if it's greater than 100, then it's marked high. If it's greater than 20, it's marked medium, and else it's low. Just something to visually show that what the likelihood would be just based on the data that's presented. So yeah, that's my lesson 7 assignment. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching.